Good turn up. And so Lapabé survived the coup, but he didn't go back. Our guest is here, Deputy Speaker Thomas Fallah. And I think this is my first public interaction with him. I mean, radio interaction with the Deputy Speaker. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I'd like to say good morning and welcome to OKFM. Welcome to the OK Morning Rush.
Thank you, Clarence. It's a pleasure to be here, interacting with the OK family this morning. Honor your supervision or guardians. It's a privilege and an opportunity this morning to speak to our people, our citizens across this country, my people in Lofa, my people in Foya, specifically District Number 1. Yes, I think it's a pleasure. The serenity is good. We are glad to be here. Thank you for the invite.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Yeah. Thank you for coming. How is life? And different lawmakers, whether senator or representative, would refer to you differently. I don't know why all the names. Now Snow is referred to you as the Jerry Rollins. Different persons refer to you differently. Why do they, attempt to make you so powerful like this?
I think it's not about being powerful. They have their own reasons and their own connotation of the names they give me. Like Snow regularly said, my own colleague and friend, Jerry Rowling, I don't know what he means. Jerry Rowling of the House of Representatives. So there are serious reasons because, some will call the doyen, some will call names, but I think they have their own reason. They are the best people to analyze and state reasons why they gave us.
And once something happened there, they say, what side Thomas Fallah on?
Or it's because normally they will always tell you tap on experience, the longevity of Fallah being in the place. Like you were just talking about Benin, the guy that was missed from Cuba and decided not to recontest. I have been in the legislature for a while, and I've managed to experience different kinds of situations. And sometimes my colleagues look up to me as for institutional memories to advise, give pieces of advice, give my input. So, and sometimes they get to realize that some of the things we advise or say, it come to fruition, it come to reality. So, yes, they see us to be that guy among equals. He deserves some respect. But we are all equal colleagues. There is no difference. But there are small distinctions that giving the longevity and experience that we have at the legislature, being there for elected full time, going to 24 years. I think I'm the only guy in this country that has been elected since the inception. 14 elective positions. So I think I deserve it.
It's a lot.
Whether it's in good faith or bad faith, but it has the positive side. It also has backlash, and we live with it, and we're moving on. So, yes, we dare to.
It's almost a lifetime.
Yeah.
How are your people in Foya? It is what, District 2?
District 1, District 1.
How are your people?
Well, firstly, let me say good morning to the people of Foya, the people of Lofa County, on the overall. The people of Foya, I think this morning they are doing well. They are doing very well in the midst of all that has transpired or currently ongoing with the people of Foya and Lofa County. I'd like to firstly say good morning to all of the 3 districts, the Wam district, the Tingia, and the Rankoli. As you may be aware, Foya is divided into 3 administrative districts, and our people would like to say good morning. Foya is relatively calm, as informed before coming to studio this morning. But before I go further, Clarence, let me extend our appreciation to the government since the inception of this issue that transpired or occurred at Solomar, that have claimed the attention of all of us as Liberians as it relates to the border situation of Saka. The government would like to see all 3 branches of government, major stakeholders, even our international partners. It has claimed all of us attention, even the journalists. Everyone has been doing very well, going into Foya, identifying with our people, trying to establish what has happened, the root cause of the situation as well. And I think the process is ongoing. The president and his government, they have done extremely well in terms of the diplomatic engagement with our counterparts in Guinea. The legislature is also involved. I think you will recall there was a huge delegation that was led by the speaker, including me, going into Foya, try to ascertain what is happening, what has transpired. And then we got our own data in other areas of government doing the best. The justice system, the national joint security of the country is doing her part. And I think the president has launched this vigorous investigation to know the root cause. We're hoping that we can accelerate as a government while we're negotiating on the diplomatic scene to remedize the situation. But I think the government need to accelerate, like the president set up his committee to make sure they do the fact findings, which we're not going to preempt that the investigation can come to fruition. So
Okay.
the investigation is ongoing, but as it relates to the Sodoma issue, yes, there was tension, but now gradually educating our people, explaining to them they should remain peaceful, they should remain calm, and they should trust the government. The government is in control, the government is in charge. Yes, our people are listening, especially to the polar line, the water we're talking about. Because when it took place initially, some of our people, because the past experience, so you saw people move, the movement of people from the villages and towns for obvious reasons. So other people got their own reason, go with nozzle, the people come in, blah, 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 blah. You see some of our elders, the older people leaving the towns, the villages, but we managed to take them back home, give them that hope, and tell them the government is in charge. So yes, on the Solomon issue, the district is relatively doing well. They are gradually going accepting that the government is in charge. Yes. So
Okay, and trust me, we'll come back to Solomon. But I want to do something this morning. I don't know whether you've done it anywhere before, but I'll do it here. Let me walk you down memory lane. Every time we hear in the country Thomas Fallah, the stories are many. Thomas Fallah, oh, prior to 2005, he was selling plank in red light. He was living this place, he was that place. Let me take you down memory lane. What can you remember? How did the thing start? Were you sitting one day and a group of people came to you and said, we want you to be representative? Did you take it serious? Did the Mr. Weah just call you one morning and say, I want you? I mean, just what can you remember about this whole coming into this politics and representative thing? Let me sit and listen to you.
Clarence, I think it's a long story, but it's something that I believe it has been destined from the birth. Sometimes you hear people talk about leaders are born and not made. From my childhood days, all of my friends, even school days, that know me coming up from a very humble and a very poor background, will tell you that Fala has been in the leadership space, even where we talk about young people coming up, coordinating friends in the community. It has just been part of me, and leadership has been part of me, and I think I have been blessed with that gift, except for those that don't know me, but those that knew me from my inception, from childhood day, where we play football, do our local stuff together. That leadership has been in me till I gravitated coming up, growing up as a young guy, getting into the business. I became very successful. You normally hear people with a playing setter. Yeah, I am the playing guy. Very successful. I provided leadership for my friends. After the war, I was able to negotiate, integrate most of our childhood friends that fought the war that were involved during the crisis. Some of them all went our various ways. And when we came back into the community, some of them formed themselves as ex-combatants, fought war. I was in the business of managing to see how we can integrate our friends, gravitating from what you call fighting war, come back into the community. We can make use of you. You can be important. And I managed that, especially in the Peaceville Belt. And my friends were always like, they look up to me for leadership, for direction. And I've been giving them that direction, that leadership, even in school. Yeah, every time I sit in a position of providing leadership among my friends. So 2024, 22, 2000, 2000, provided leadership, chairperson of all of the plank setup, put all the guys together, and I became the coordinator. And the essence of doing that was to tell them, look, my man, after war there is peace. We can make use of ourselves. You can get into the business, and you will have to forget about what you call them a child soldier or going to crisis. So we integrated a lot of them, and then begin the leaders. And then at the end of the day, I begin to beat guys on the field, even when it comes to the financial strength on the field at the time. So, as the leader, the guys decided, and then apparently When 2005 came, prior to that, they knew they had a leader, especially in the Pinsville, the Red Belt. They said, Fallah, it's time for you. We can rally around you with all resources or resources. We can make you to be our leader of this place. Even the community, our elders, because discipline comes in as well. Most of the elders that grew up in the hands in the community were like, Fallah, you being our son, you're a very respectful guy, you're a disciplined guy, you hardworking, whatever you say, whatever you want in the community, you have it, you have it, you have it. And just how it went. And we tested it, we put it to test it. I became representative of district number 7 at the time. Not many persons knew. People said, "Why would the guys do, young man? You will abuse the opportunity. He's not going anywhere." And I said today it was a challenge because I had thousands of young people that I represented. If I failed them. So I saw it not as a morale, not something to show a big chest. Do what the people asked me to do and prove them wrong. And I proved them wrong. Today is history. I'm not an eminent, permanent president in society. So I think, yes.
What is that one thing you did for that portion of Montserrat that you represented for what, 12 or 18 years?
18 years.
18 years. If you were counting 1, 2 things
was
that you say,
always
I will be remembered for these things.
Representation. Firstly, is accessibility.
Okay.
Constant accessibility to your people. Because when you're accessible, you know the plight of your people, you know the condition of your people, you know what they need, what they're looking for. Giving them that accessibility gives me a broader opener and an eye opener to know some of the demand. And coming up, it was just a difficult thing for me, for those of us that came from the poor parental backgrounds. Education was a very tough one. And I thought that giving me the space I had, I should give back to the community as far back as 2012, 2013. The T5 Academy year today, that was one of the things that I touched my hands on, that I should give back to the community. And I opened one of the biggest high schools in 2012. We opened the doors of the T5 Academy in the NIMO community. It has been existing for the last 1 decade plus of creating opportunity to the people. So education is one of the areas, because we were disadvantaged coming up. I really focus my attention, bring my friends together. Even if it is just computer, go and learn some skills, get some technical skills, go to academic and all of that. And we gravitated from the academic, and I saw the need. Yes, like for example, the entire Pinsville Belt, we have a proliferations of high schools all over the place. But all of us left Pinsville to come to Central Monrovia, or other people go to Fenia to gain tertiary education. And I thought that I should also step one step above. And then we got into the university aspect today. I'm proud to announce that I'm the proprietor of the Apex University that is doing very well in the Pinsville community. It has been in existence for the last 5-6 years. We're managing it as an emerging institution that has been satisfied by the higher commissions to provide higher education for our people. So yes, education is one aspect. Infrastructure, because for me, I love this. Everywhere I go, everywhere I stay, everywhere I live, I like to make sure the areas is developed in my own little weak way, buttressing the effort of government. So yeah, there are a few little things that we can be remembered for.
Are these schools private?
Yeah, they are private. They are private, but very reasonable, flexible for the community and the residents of Pinsville and our district, our former district. Yes.
Let's go to Foya now. Let's talk a little about Foya.
Yeah, Foya.
Before the elections 2023, I know there was this famous Foya Street pavement project and all those kinds of things. Let's take a look at Foya's development under you. I mean, your district's development. But do you want to give us a picture of, and to clear some of the speculations, what do you know that prompted the situation at that slumber border? I see people accuse you, people accuse Francis Newmanley, and different prisons is speaking differently. What do you know? You are directly the political head of that place. You have privilege to a lot of information.
Well, Clarence, you know, for me, I'm a kind of person, I'm not a politician. I like to shift blame or give information that I cannot prove. Because a lot of political people in our country today, they malign other people's reputation, they say things because they want to get political sentiments. I don't do that. I speak to you on the basis of facts and reality. What I do know about the sort of man, since the inception, we were not even born. It has been this water between the both countries. We have been living there in peace from time to time. Our people do intermarriages, they do the farmings, they connect one another. On a daily basis, there's a trade between Liberia and Guinea. Just that water across, you go do your business and come. And most of the businesses there, the trade they do, they're selling the produce, the palm oil, the sugar cane, whatever you think about. They do normally come to the Liberian side. They have easy access in the view to the Guinea side. They got a place they call Gegedu, and Gegedu move into Foya instead of coming to Monrovia or going to Conakry to do business. So they live their lives right there. With that water being right in the middle, there has not been any confrontation. And the Solomon water is one of the water that we use for construction, among other things. So you know we have no sea over there, so they only use the creek water to fetch sand, to do the lake construction, whatever they want to do. So normally we all go there, whatever you can afford during the dry season, especially around January, February, March. Whatever you can afford, you go for that quantity and take it to town to do your work. And that has been very mutual. We had a coexistence, we had a perfect relationship. Even me, the pavement you see in Central Foya, all of the big major projects I undertook in Foya, my private investment, my homes, and a lot of citizens, thousands of citizens in Foya that constructed will tell you the reference, Makona River. But yes, I don't know, as we speak, we try to establish, we have been giving different accounts of what prompted this situation at Solomon, which of course we do want to delve into. Like I said to you, the national security is investigating. The president have established a committee to investigate, comprised of the joint security, to come up with funding. But we learned that yes, it's where we go to first. And there was small scuffles that came up as a result of some intervention. But we pray that that be resolved. But yes, Sodoma is somewhere that we all use. Makona is somewhere that we all use for the both country to trade and carry on infrastructure development. And that's what I can say for now as it relates
Up to
that.
last night, are the Guinean soldiers still on our side?
As far as I know, yes, they are on our side, especially the Solomon side, yes.
Yeah.
But I think it's skewing down a little bit. Okay. It's flexible a little bit as compared to the first 1 or 2 weeks when it started with too much attention all over the place. Yes, it's skewing down.
What about the Foya Street pavement?
Well, yes, you remember, Clarence, since I got involved into the local Foya politics, that has been my own take because when I assessed the Foya, when I got there as far back as 2020, prior to the senatorial elections of Senator Jala now, because I led the charge campaigning for Senator Jala at the time, I assessed the entire Foya in terms of development. I saw a lot of gaps. Yes, I saw a lot of gaps, and I thought that coming from Foya as a Kissy man, yes, while it is true representing Monserrado County, I felt the need of going back to see how we all can help to see improve and develop our community. And Foya pavement was one of the things my eyes actually trickled in the past weekend. And yes, we managed to work along with stakeholders, young people, opinion leaders, to see how we can do that work on our own. We did that work, as you see the pavement, the mini pavement that you see in Foya. We achieved that, and achieving that, especially from the sand, all came from Makona River as well, the Solomon water we're talking about. And we identified a lot, for example, the city hall in Foya. We were involved in that construction. So there are a lot of things we got involved in to give a safe lift or facelift of our community. And today, Foya is making tremendous progress, especially now that we have this current government. There is this pavement for the entire Foya, according to what I got. We started, but we're making the government, pushing the government, negotiating with the government to see how they can expand the entire pavement in the streets, the community, the corridors within there to see how that when you get to Foya now, we should be able to minimize the dust. Because Central Foya, adjacent communities, you get there during the rainy season, our people suffer a lot. Cars got stuck in the middle of Foya, so we want to leave from that stage to give it a pavement. So the government is doing well. Our contract has been signed. We're hoping that they will aggressively begin those work in the next 1 or 2 years. So when you visit Foya now, you'll see the entire Foya is laid off, is paved. So yes, we're going well. The government is doing well. We're negotiating with them, and we're hoping that we accelerate the work not only Foya, but all of the districts, the counties. Yes, in terms of infrastructure, we need to really do hard.
Okay. I know coming up shortly we'll move on to some of the main politics of the country, but the elections that brought you to power was tense. When there was a sitting representative, Francis Sakila Nyumale, who is Minister of Local Government now, at some point somebody died. Foya was tense. Everybody thought hell was broken loose. What have you done as far as reconciliation is concerned? We see you come to Monrovia when Francis Nyumale was taking over as Minister of Internal Affairs. You went there, you made some political statements. Symbolically, there were attempts to reconcile the both of you. What's about the vast majority of the people? What are you doing for reconciliation in Foya?
Well, Clarence, I think you guys, if you've been monitoring me since my inception as the district representative, I assumed office to take care of the people of Foya, District Number 1, in terms of setting my own agenda for the district. There were few triggers that we highlighted that I needed to use as an agenda item for District Number 1 after my team and I did our assessment. And our assessment point to few points that we needed to live by and work towards. One among them was peace. Because before we could get into infrastructure or development or other items, we thought that after this tension power elections, we held and pulled, we went against one another. As the elected district representative now, I felt it was my responsibility to unite our people, to call for calm, to call for peace. Let's bargain, be bargain, let's make progress. And I'm pleased to announce to you, Clarence, and those that are listening to me, even from Foya, will attest that what has transpired or the way of life 1 year ago, when you go Foya now, we have a harmonious working relationship. However, there's still small disagreement. Once people live together, there will be disagreement. But Foya, I can say to you, is peaceful. Our community is calm. The people have united themselves. They have forgotten what we talk about politics. They go on the farms. The white people that were not talking to one another before, they could not speak. Community could not engage another community. They are one people now. They have gotten to realize that our leaders have spoken, and not just by speaking, but by taking action. So you will see Fallah now sitting with the president of the Republic of Liberia. They could not talk, they could not interact. Yumale, yes, we talked so politically, it was very tense. Yeah, today Yumale and I can talk, we can shake hands, we move into Foya, our people see us moving. A lot of different stakeholders, even our young people, our followers, that has been my work to do over the last 1 year. And I have achieved that, intensified the work, and I have achieved that 75 to 80% today, our community is peaceful. We left that, we said, okay, now that the community have been peaceful, we'll continue to talk about peace at different levels. What next? Let's get to our young people. Education. Can we provide scholarship for our people? Yes, we have done extremely well on that. The people of Foya can attest. Today, you go to Foya, you come to Monrovia, you have nothing less than 200 plus young people that are brought to Monrovia for tertiary education. You go to Fonjama, the university, those that can come to Monrovia, just read to Fonjama, go to university, we put coming high on them. Those that we can afford to help for now, go to school, because we believe if the man is little educated or educated, there are things you know how to avoid. You'll not get involved. You'll not just be a follower. You'll make sound and a rational decision. So my team and I have worked on that, and it's going very well. Infrastructure, oh yes, before I go get into Foya politics, it's me now, Fallah. So when you talk about infrastructure, you talk about development, it's part of me. It's not just representing the people who must leave mark. So today, Foya, we got this TD administrative district. Part of our strategy, you talk about roads, opening major roads in our community. That has been a challenge. We have done a lot, working now with public works. You talk about bridges. You came from part of the interior parts. Our challenges we have in the places is basically bridges connecting villages and towns. So today, more than 20 bridges, serious ones that you can talk about. The community is being connected, but still need more to be done in terms of infrastructure. Every part of our district has tasted on the Fallah. Today, you get that, they will tell you, say, yes, this guy, some of them even come to me and say, man, we did not know you, brother. We didn't know that this is kind of the person you are. You are developmental. So you see some of them kind of say, no, we're sorry for what we did. We were making mistake. We didn't know we were missing someone like you. Today, every aspect, you go to one district, you'll see Fallah there. You'll see infrastructure impact. Because the first thing we saw, we said, okay, administrative offices. Commissioner, you need an office. Yes, you got an office now. We got to guest us whenever our people leave from the diaspora, they leave from Monrovia, they go home. Sometimes sleeping place, accommodation is a challenge. So we identified that. We say, okay, when you come here, you got a sleeping place, a decent place. You can have a rest. If you don't want to go to your home or your village or blah for some reason, you got someone who will get serious guests. You got someone to rest. There's no more going now because you leave Central Foya, you get to the outskirts, you got administrative building, what we call town hall. Sometimes hosts about 500 to 1,000 people. So you go to Paloma, you got one. As we speak now, Solomon, where there's something happened the other day, we got one coming on the administrative building, the town hall, the guest house, the commissioner office is being erected. We're talking about dedicating that in July. You go to what we call Menekoma. You go to Menekoma, Clarence, you don't want to come to Central Foya day and night because it's decent, it's laid off. You got somewhere to have accommodation. Our friends for Sewalun, whenever they come, they got somewhere for accommodation. You got somewhere, administrative town hall meeting can be here. You don't need to go to Central Foya. You got commissioner office. You leave from what we call in the upper tenure, you go to the lower tenure today. It's massive. It's massive. You see similar thing all over the place. So yes, when it comes to Foya, the piece is there, but in terms of infrastructure, every part of that place is being well touched. So yes, we're doing well. The government is doing her part. We're doing our part as the district representative.
Okay, Deputy Speaker Thomas Fallah is our guest. Now, maybe my final question on the Foya thing. Fast forward, there's a situation at Slumber, and we see the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker, you know, heading a delegation there. Was your visit there a plenary decision or a leadership decision? Did you use government money to go there? I'm asking because most of your colleagues accuse you people are using $200,000.
You see, we're getting to here. I know the conversation. Thank God, Clarence. I'm here for the next 2 hours. That's why when you started from the inception of this conversation, why people call you and give you all those accolades, it's because of the maturity. One of the things is the maturity we brings to the table. Sometimes my friends will get laugh about it, would joke, they would come to me and say, Doyen, my man, you too strong. My man, you been here for a while. For us, we seeking re-elections. So one thing the Liberian people like to hear, you must always make these kinds of strong allegations, even if you can prove in the name of advocacy. And also, someone like you, Farah, when we attack you, we know you're not respond because for you, you're strong. So when you come to respond, a lot will come up. So we'll always hit at you. That's why the public like to hear. And I said, but brother, gentlemen, this is not fair. But sometimes we laugh about it. Going to Foya, you see, for state actors, leaders, to make allegation is easier. But to prove this allegation is also easier to prove them because you sit in a position that you can subpoena or request documents at any given period. So if you claim that yes, Fallah, the speaker, went to Foya with 200,000 as a certain representative that know your functions, your responsibility, vote of politics, you will speak with facts. Because to raise government resources, to get government resources, is not something that is just sitting in the basket or bucket. That you can just go and say Fallah or Richard could went and just dash into it, took it, put it on the back and went to Foya. It's not possible. There are process of request, there are process of voucher, there are process of allotment before you come to check making, check before you take it to any other banking institution, the name, berry, and the purpose of that will be attached. So if Fallah taking money for operation or for SYZ, you will see it attached there, or for Foya operation, you will see it attached on the voucher. So when you come with this kind of allegation, you must be able to prove. But to answer you, Clarence, 100% no.
Who funded the trip?
On our own.
Okay.
Firstly, I made a presentation because as the direct representative taking away the speakership, my area has been affected. And I made a plea to the leadership of the House of Representatives, to my colleague, that since we're about to close, when we close for our break, the second break, I will ask you guys to join me, along with the speaker, to go and do what we call fact-finding as part of our responsibilities. so that we can come back and be able to advise the executive or the chief executive on what we saw, what we know, rather than me just going on the radio, accusing people, talking with us, seeing or verifying what has happened and hearing directly from the people. And my colleague accepted. Speaker graciously accepted. It was on the basis of willingness. Those that want to go, gentlemen, you can join us. Let's go. And that's how we went on that trip. And I hear people, one of our colleagues came up, boop, people dancing, they celebrating. And it's a normal politics for me. I don't give into that because what I needed to do, the job that I needed to do, that's what I did. And my people are comfortable. They know the role I play and the role I continue to play. So to answer your question, Clarence, I challenging of the colleague. And in fact, there's a communication on the floor. For that colleague that make that sweeping statement to
You
come
want to
and prove,
investigate him?
I think he should be. He should
Okay,
be. Yes.
let's at this point we'll step out the discussion a little bit. Thomas Fallah would now come to establish an institution called the National Independent Movement for Boakai.
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, it's NIMO, the National Independent Movement for Boakai. Yes, Clarence, you see, it's good that we're here today, so I can, as the vision bearer of NIMO, having been the guy that have said equivocally clear that Joseph Boakai, the president, enjoy my support. Going into 2029, we have not missed our words, we haven't changed, and we're not prepared to change. We are under obligation to do everything in our little powers to negotiate and work harder to see how we can bring that to reality. Whether he's going to recontest or not, our support is just untouched, unbending for Joseph Boakai re-elections. So not being into active party politics, I decided to work independently while supporting his agenda and supporting whatever his quest would be as the president of our nation. And I realized along with my team that we should have an independent movement. We're not part of the party, but as an independent movement of like minds, Liberians can come together, we reason together and see how we can support Joseph Boakai. So we came up with the name National Independent Movement for Boakai. So NIMO was established. I think we unveiled NIMO about last year in Lofa during the festive visit into Lofa County, and the president was invited in Vondema in unveiled, and there was this commitment that as we come back to Monrovia, we're going to intensify in terms of our networking, the structure building into the 15 counties, basically Moserado County to begin with, to have our headquarters in Moserado County, and then be able to launch NIMO in Moserado County. Then we can begin to hit the road, engage in the various counties, the community, building of sales in those counties. So NIMO vision, mission is clear on Joseph Boakai. What NIMO intend to do? NIMO intend to be the bridge between the ruling party and even the opposition community. Clarence, you may be aware of being in the process for
To
long.
support Boakai.
To support Boakai. Clear. However, as the bridge, even you will agree with me and some of my friends will agree or even disagree that even in the ruling party, there are internal disagreements. So our role as NIMO would be, if you are disagreeing with your party, you brought your party into power because of one or two reasons, come to NIMO, let's have conversation, let's reason together. Our role would be, let's reason together to ask you to go back to your party, do not leave your party. Support your party that you brought to power. Opposition, there are also, nobody hear the word with this agenda, with this Gronto and blah, blah, blah. So all of my friends like me will have to come to me, let's sit and talk at NIMO, reason together, and I will have to convince you why I think I want you to join me to support Joseph Boakai for 2029. For 2029, that would be part of NIMO role, right? So NIMO is between, right in the middle, and we're going to intensify that way because from the opposition community, we got a lot of friends, we got a strong network there. Even in the ruling position, we got a strong network there. So we got also what we call the lower hanging fruits. Don't mind, you know, Clarence, the independent decision makers are sitting quietly. They're not in our normal politics or yelling, wearing party paraphernalia or t-shirts and blah, 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 but they have their rights in terms of national decision making. So NIMO is there to say, man, you are an independent person. Can we work from an independent perspective to see how we can sway you to our direction? So we'll be going for those independent people, those low-hanging fruits that all over the place to say, let's work together. You are not to wear party t-shirt. You can wear your NIMO t-shirt if you want. But we want you to support this government, support this agenda. Let's push Joseph Boakai because we think he's faring very well. So NIMO has been good at that, just to a point. Now we have come, we also are pleased to announce that we will be launching NIMO. We have acquired our place. NIMO is going to be one of the biggest political headquarters in our country. The headquarters now, we have acquired spot, the land. We will be doing the unveiling of what we call groundbreaking on my birthday, which will be the 24th of May, for the erection or construction of one of the biggest political head office in our country, where NIMO will sit and begin to do her work and then try to go in. By June, I will be moving into the international part of it. I will be in the States. I will be in Canada along with my team because we're not going to sit, we're not going to wait. We're going to use our own network, our own resources to see how we can push this because we have said this is what we want to do along with my team in the diaspora, in Canada and America. We'll be launching NIMO, we'll be inducting, I will be leading that team from Monrovia to the States to Canada as well, interacting with our citizens, telling them why we should support Joseph Boakai and his government, and that would be NIMO work. So yes, there are a lot of work NIMO is doing, and pretty soon you're going to see the reflection of NIMO all over the place, and NIMO is going to be a serious movement until we can decide what would be our next course. But NIMO for now up to 2029 is squarely Joseph Boakai.
Now, this may sound rhetorical, but it's important now. National Independent Movement for Boakai. Does it have a spillover effect to the Unity Party? In the event Joseph Boakai is not contesting 2029 and we want to lift somebody's hand up on the Unity Party ticket, are you by extension supporting? It's just about Boakai to the extent that anybody who Boakai supports, Boakai is not running, whoever, we will support that person?
As the vision bearer of NIMO, because I believe in democracy, is something that I will, yes, negotiate with my network, my team, and I said it the other day, and I remain consistent on this. However, we have this conversation, and I know my team will listen, that whoever Joseph Boakai, His Excellency, point at, like you said, hypothetically, he decided not to run, that person is going to get our support. It's the person we're going to support. It's the person we're going to put our weight behind. Clear cut, nothing about that.
It's clear now.
It's clear. So
Boakai,
whoever
Boakai supports.
NIMO rep at the back.
So we are a Boakai's guy.
Yeah.
NIMO is a Boakai guy.
Boakai guy.
You know, Boakai is not going. He gives up marching order, and we will execute. That's our point. So no need for any other political discussion.
No. We Boakai guy. For 2029, we are Boakai. After 2029, there's a possibility we can realign to align. Even yes, we can do that. But for 2029, we clear.
Let's go to the legislature. There was an issue at the House of Representatives with the unseating of. No, he resigned later. I know you went to court and a lot of things happened, and then Jonathan Funanti Kofa will resign later. The conflict reached a point where Thomas Fallah took a side. And when Thomas Fallah took a side, there were a lot of political guests in the public. Up to now, most of your colleagues, some of your colleagues are still giving us the impression that all is not said yet. There is internal division over there, that you and Richard Kuhn continue to divide the House of Representatives. You're not being able to extend olive hand. The people who disagree with you, you're not putting their issues on the floor. What's about the stability over there, Fallah?
You see, Clarence, the legislature is a theater of disagreements. From the time I have been there, you got 73 people from different backgrounds. You got 73 people, in this case, the House of Representatives, from different political ideology, and came together, converge under a singular umbrella or roof, and decided to work in pushing the interests of the Liberian people because they were elected from the various constituency to advocate and work on behalf of the people. So there will always be these disagreements in the theater. No matter how. I managed to observe 4 leadership or speakership since I've been there, if not 3 or 4. I saw the leadership of Snow and I knew how he conducted himself. I was part of that team. I saw the leadership of Talo. I saw how that team worked. I saw the leadership of Nukwe that completed, I think it was Talo's turn. I saw the leadership of Buffers Chimos. And I witnessed the leadership, even though it did not last much, the leadership of Funati Kofa speakership and now Richard Ko. There has always been this same statement. A man is overlooking all, a man is bringing division. And in the end, you will see these things will be said, the comments will be made for different reasons. Sometimes they are not factual. But the leadership have a responsibility to serve as the shaka shower to absorb all of the tensions, the remarks, the disagreements from the colleagues. All right? So you hear them talk about that. But I can tell you, the leadership today, you will see flexibility, you will see tolerance. You watch most of our videos. You see sometimes we feel so embarrassed to be honest, the way our colleagues, we conduct ourselves in Chimos. Sometimes it's very uncivilized. It doesn't call in keeping with our rules and procedures of the House of Representatives. You can disagree, you can stay on the floor to filibuster, but your disagreement should not be amounted to what? Disturbance, disorderly conduct. But you will see because of the tolerance, and sometimes I tell Richard, I say, the tolerance is going too far.
Is he
And the
tolerant? He's
rule,
always
I
putting
think,
people out.
you know, when you
Sat
reach
your
that
arm, pull a man
stage,
up.
reaching that stage, meaning you have been tempted, you have been provoked. It's like Clarence, I'm sitting right here, you supervising me here now, right? If you tell me, Mr. Fallah, please hold on to a point. Please hold on to a point. What else you do? Then you'll cut me off?
Let's hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Or you will cut me off, Clarence, because I should be listening to you because you're moderating the show. I can disagree with you, yeah. But when you get to a point that it's causing tension and just
Yeah.
unnecessary noise for the listening audience there, Clarence, you will cut me off.
Yeah, probably I'll do that.
Or you
I'll
will
roll in
pause
a
me.
little bit of music. Then
Okay,
we'll come
something
out.
you would do. So the presiding officer has a responsibility to manage the flow. So if the presiding officer believes that you get it out of the box, you are out of order, his duty to say order, 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 Mr. X, order, order, order. If you continue to disrupt, the only option that we are colleagues is to instruct not to go out of the box to face fire, is to invoke what the rule says. Tell you, my man, please wait us out a little bit. Maybe the temperature is so high, go take a bottle of water, and later you could be considered to come back. So you'll see the kinds of things happening.
Okay.
But sometimes when we sit up there, it's tempting because you got 73 men or 71 men on the floor. Everyone pushing, everybody want to be heard. And you have to manage the stability of the flow. So if you are not tolerant to some level, every day there will be tension. And sometimes the tolerance can be abused. If you are so tolerant without exercising the gabble, then you be abused. The flow is abused. So you hear people, yeah, the man is intolerant. It's not true. I think he's one of the tolerant guys because I have been watching most of those leaders, most of those speakers. You see, even they and myself, when we get into it, I will tell you, try it, my man, you do that, you do that, you do that. Because the rule's clear. The rule is clear. It talks about the morale and dignity of the Honorable House of Representatives.
Now, most of your colleagues are complaining about their legislative project on the 2024 budget. And to be honest with you, most of the people who are complaining are the people who are on the other side of the divide when your crisis was going on. Why you and the speaker are not playing the leadership role to ensure that let's implement the project for everybody, irrespective of whatever side you were on? That's the impression they're giving us. And over the last few days, they've been having back to back on my show with the list boss will call and he'll say, you know, yeah, some of the people ain't get the project because they are criteria. They have not met it yet. The people will say, no, we met the criteria. Thomas Fallah, there ain't one for them to do our project at all.
You see, Clara, that's where the politics come in, and no disrespect to my colleagues, because you will hear some of them. When we meet, we sit and talk, we laugh, and for me, we interact. A lot of them come to me. That's why the weakness, and I see because of the gullibility of our people, some of our colleagues, They don't want to do much in terms of bringing some basic social services to the people. They believe now the new trend of politics is when you elected, you must every morning get up and look at the president and throw invectives, talk about corruption. Now you can even prove you just lie, and the citizens will celebrate you. They could even re-elect you because that's what they want to hear, especially when you're in opposition. Just be saying things. Don't even go build one pay pump. Don't go build one latrine. Don't do nothing. But in the need of advocacy, you must just be firing. And the Liberian people will vote you. Because that's what the people want to hear. Even if you are real or genuine in your advocacy, they just want to hear falsehood that you do. How will someone talk about your project? That like what you said, procedural. If they ask you, because that's state resources, it's not your personal money. There must be procedures and steps laid out to source government resources to be given to contractor for implementation. So a lot of them believe that I will not do project. I will say the government not giving me money because if the government give me maybe 30, 40,000 dollars, it will be small for the district. So I'm not going to push further for the government to give me money. The government will tell you there's a procedure, or the agency will tell you, say, my man, you need to do this. You need to get me a project specimen. You need to give me project location. You need to tell me where you want to do the project. We'll hire the contractor to do this. So there are layers, there are steps that you need to follow. If you don't follow those steps, will you get the resources?
Deputy Speaker, why don't you do it differently? For example, maybe you have a secretariat at the House of Representatives to work with the
I
lawmaker
oversee that,
offices
Clarence.
to say you got to help
My
them.
office work on that.
Why are you not helping them?
Okay, so you need to play a part. Because if I'm representing my people of district number 1, they ask me to say, my man, we got S amount in the budget for Foya. I got a serious role to play to make sure that money goes to Foya, right?
Yeah.
How do I do it? Every requirements to do those things, I will make sure we do them. So if Liz Boyd, take for instance, in this case, you just spoke about, some of the colleagues talk about Liz talking about this. I would just go and say, okay, Liz, what are the requirements? If all those requirements are met, can I get my project? Then we'll go, then there should be another conversation. So there's a claim and counter claim. Some of the lawmakers say they received, they did not receive. Liz is telling you, no, there are requirements. Go and do those requirements. Have you met those requirements? Have you get all of them into tact? Then you bring them for us to be able to discuss. So for me, the issue of that, a lot of different things interplay, Clarence. And I know my colleagues understand that we will not keep going back and forth. I will always urge them to do the needful. Let's tune down the rhetoric, the politics a little bit, and be able to do things for our people.
Okay. Fast forward. Is there any plan to expel Yeke Koluba? There were rumors you came back on the first day of the sitting. That thing is on the agenda. I am told it's going to committee room. What does that seek to do? What do you want to do to Yeke?
Well, the first thing to say, Clarence, I have been accused, to start with my friend, nephew, Yeke Koluba. I remember in the past government, in the executive, if anyone were accused or insulted, from the executive perspective, one was former President Weah. In the legislature, if anyone were accused, in my view, Thomas Fallah. Every session day, Yege will get in session. So I'm not surprised if he try to accuse me or accuse, because I heard him say, Thomas Fallah, Thomas Fallah, Thomas Fallah. So for me, it's like I'm used to Yege accusations. That sometimes he can't prove, he will just talk and talk, so we laugh about it. He has accused me on serious occasions. At one point, Clarence, even in the past regime, he began a strong campaigner to have me placed on the sanction list. Yeke was consistent on allegation of me being corrupt, criminal, and all of the adjectives you think about. That one day he hasn't been able to prove that some of them have gone to common prison, they have been to court, they fought war because of maybe they were abused, child soldier. For me, Clarence, since my birth, I haven't gone to commercial. I haven't no court proceeding. I remember my first time in my whole life of existing on earth. My first time going to court was for land. Once I went for land. That was my only day I entered court horse on my own to go and clarify the ownership of my land. I haven't. As compared to a lot of them. So you come and make sweeping statements, you accuse your friends, you lie and malign the repetitions because, yeah, that's what Liberian people like to hear. Father this, Father that. They see Yeke, you remember. Yeke left for here, he went during the 2020 elections. He accused me. And he went there, he said I was what? A Guinean, I'm a foreigner. Your poor father on the cow truck is saying back to Guinea. So Yeke is in the constant habit of accusing people, even when he knows very well he's wrong or he erred.
Do you want to expel him?
Expulsion, no. For me, there are steps under our rules. Let me tell you and expand a little more, Clarence. The Constitution, you remember when we were elected, the turnover, every turnover, lawmakers must be sworn in. And when you are sworn in, you take oath to protect, defend the Constitution, the sovereignty of our country. I took that oath as a representative elect at the time. And I also, including the colleagues, took oath to defend, protect the sovereignty of our country as a deputy speaker of this country. So I took oath twice to protect, like any of our colleagues, took oath to protect and defend. This is not the normal politics. Yet you made a sweeping statement or you made a comment or a remark as a certain representative. The people are here, most of our colleagues, everybody has their own version. You'll be setting a power precedent, you'll be setting. Yes, there will be a precedent that if any representative, if he should be suspended or expelled, there will be a precedent that when you come into the House of Representatives, that you should come with purpose and dignities in compliance with the rules. The rule says the deputy speaker, the Constitution says the deputy speaker shall assist the speaker in the administration of the Honorable House of Representatives, meaning to include the 71 of them, the 1,000 plus staffers, personal staff, the almost 2,000 central administrations are aimed to assist him. Then the House of Representatives rule is clear. There are steps and provisions to be penalized, to be suspended or expelled if you cross those lines. So if you talk about people want to expel, it is the colleagues. Don't go around and be accusing people. You went and make a statement, they invited you, you must come to that invite and be able to clarify.
As an individual representative, do you think Yeke made any statement that warrant
I do think so.
investigation?
I do think so.
What did he say?
For you to have
How was he not speaking
Yeke,
as a politician?
No. This is not a normal politics. You talk constitution. The normal politics is when you talk about, I mean, government hasn't done well, basic social services, these are advocacy. But for you, because you tell, okay, let me put it in my context. You accused me the other day, we talk about it, we joke, we say it was the normal politics, because that was internal politics we were campaigning. So you just look at one of your colleagues, man, you foreigner, you from Guinea. That was a normal politics. As compared to this, it's a situation between two countries, Guinea and Liberia. So you even telling me, let me dramatize it this way, Clarence. You telling me I that represent the people of Foya. You stay consistent to tell me that I'm a foreigner. So what the essence of the Liberian people even paying me taxpayer money? Because you're telling us that identical place or that Bola land is for Guinea. So the Liberians that live along that place for the inception of our country, you're telling all of us today we are Guinean. Is that what you want to say as an elected official that took oath to protect the sovereignty of our country?
Is it not an attempt to infringe on the right of a colleague who's supposed
No,
to have
it's
the
not
right to speak
infringement.
out?
You can speak. Oh, Clarence, you, in your conscience, no matter even if you disagree with this government, being a patriotic and nationalistic Liberian, can you go and use that comment and say that place for Guinea?
It is whose description? It is about
so
that
it is
pricing.
the description of your colleagues to penalize you.
Are
So
you
it's no
are you
tolerance.
going for expulsion or suspension? I'm
Any
talking
of
about you
them.
as Thomas
As
Fallah.
Thomas Fallah,
Yeah.
any of them, I just get one vote.
No, but what do you want?
No, there must be action. There must be punitive action taken against it. That's what I want.
What will you support more?
Either of them.
No, but there
Either of
are
them.
two steps.
Because
There is a suspension and
in the
expulsion.
legislature, it's a theater of lobby. I could say here today, this is what I want. It's not what's going to happen on the floor. So given my experience, I wouldn't go for any of them, lay one side. I would go on either of them. Because I have a responsibility now to go and lobby with the court. If the court doesn't see it that way, whatever they give, that's what we're all going to support.
What is the process of your due process at the house?
In compliance
will
with
he
due
go
process,
with
he
his
will go
lawyer?
to committee. He won't go with his lawyer because I think the communication that was written him, he was asked to come along with his lawyer, his legal team. He should submit himself with his legal team. Let it go through it, and then the committee will come up with findings and recommendation. It will be deliberated on the floor, and the colleagues will take the decision.
It will be voted.
It will be voted.
What does your rules say about admittance and apology?
Oh, there's flexibility there. If you want to be remorseful, there could be a flexibility because we all are colleagues, we are friends. However, we're not going to compromise our friendship, our camaraderie, because you know this is a serious
You're
issue.
sounding like Kamwa made there will be
punishment. There will be punishment.
You are clear on
I'm
that.
clear on that. You listening to me? There will be action.
It might
on
not.
this.
It might necessarily not be expulsion. Am I correct?
There will be action. Clarence,
You
action.
could just suspend him.
My man, if you say that's your choice of what, mine is there will be action. Yeah,
How
no
long
problem.
will the investigation last?
We're hoping to achieve this before we leave because just as
What do you say, Fallah, Honorable Deputy Speaker? What do you say to some Liberians who say, look, let Fallah then leave us, man? There are a lot of big things in the country to be contemplating on other than talking about expelling or
That's the
suspending
politics.
somebody.
That is the politics, and this is the tradition we have to change in our country, Clarence. Most of those people that are saying this today, I hear some of my friends, which of course I respect, they got some points. And like I said it yesterday, the C men were used to insult and attack ex-president, blah, 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 Weah and his government, they brought his government down. So why can't they leave here? Is that the legacy we want to set? We should continue to be in circle because you insulted me yesterday, so today I'm in power, I should come and insult you. What less thing we want to give to our kids? What discipline we want to put in our young people? So we should keep being in circle? No, I disagree with that. If you did it yesterday, there must be a room for change so that the next generation can come and say, no, insult. You hear people nowadays, even to our various schools, children, political actors, even the battle cry all tend to insult. Battle cry was used to energize the base, in my view. But now it has turned to insult going to personal. You're talking about raising battle cry, then you tell them about someone, how the person say, the person not get food to eat, the person died. Is that what battle cry was meant for?
Representative Thomas Fallah is Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives at the 55th Legislature. This is the OK Morning Rush, and I'm told several other radio stations are relaying this. You've been at the House of Representatives for a very long time, since 2005, like you said. You fourth time pressing. There was a particular time when I spoke to Erin Snow here, and he said, Clarence, I apologize to the whole country for the role I play in the... there was a particular agreement I may not wrap my head on, but APN terminal. Now, Vice President Jeremiah Cohn over the weekend was in Cape Man. He gone to B Martin, and it sparked a lot of public debates, especially when the numbers are coming in. When people say the company taking $1.6 billion worth of gold from our country per annum, a lot of blames are shifted at the legislature. What role did you play in the whole B Mountain thing that landed or where we are? How do you see it?
You see, Clarence, how I see it. And that's where leadership comes in.
You want to come to the mark, sir?
Yeah, that's where leadership comes in. We all will be somehow, you see the sentiments, the politics. But what I'd like to say to this, firstly, is to say a big thanks to the Vice President for his visit over the weekend to B Mountain. What do I mean by a big thanks is because I think he gave our opener. If not, it has burdened most of us, national leaders, stakeholders, even the citizens, because for the last 48 hours since the whole information came out, the generality of our people have gotten involved now. It has attracted a lot of attention to Big Mountain. However, if I should speak as a national leader on this issue, void of politics, because for me, I love to see solution to problem. When problem erupt, that means it erupt to give you an eye opener and an understanding to find solution to the problem. What I would say, now that we are in authority, the legislature, the executive, every one of us will give these concessionaires these concessions. In fact, I'm told, it's being extended to up to what is it, 25 years. All right. What can we do with this exposure? It's not to be sentimental. It's time for us to sit.
You see, exposure, is it strange to you?
Extension. No, I mean extension.
Okay.
Sorry, maybe extension of 25 years. So it's now time for us to sit with the exposure that we have gotten. Right? Meaning what we just saw this few days by the vice president visit. People are claiming that the company is accumulating so much, because that's the basis of the disagreements all over the place, and less is coming to our people. So, as a government, as a legislator, what I would do, firstly, launch independent investigation. We got a committee there. It's time that we tighten our oversight, because the concession has been, there are other good things in there, clauses, phrases in there. Is the company living up to them? Our people benefiting?
Well, those are
Is
some
the
of the
government
questions I was
getting?
asking.
These are questions. So we need to delve deeper rather than just doing the normal politics. I see the both institutions and the political parties, the former ruling party shifting blame on the current ruling party shifting blame on the former ruling party. Instead of us sitting down as a government with this understanding of what is happening at B Mountain now, can we say, where did we go wrong? What did we do wrong? How can we fix them? At the level of the legislature, I was telling my colleague, I said, gentlemen, I think it's an eye opener. By the time we resume, I'm going to lead a high-power delegation that we want to now revisit or enforce our oversight to all of those concessions, because we have gotten some exposure now. Because doing the paperwork is one thing, but actualizing what is in those MDA is another thing.
We've seen, I can always reference the famous Clarence Massacre Committee. We've seen a lot of these visitations. Fallah, people will lead delegation. Thomas Fallah went there, they spoke highly. Oh, I mean, not Thomas Fallah, the LTA guy, Massacre. Oh, our people, they come back, nothing. The vice president went there, well, I don't know what happened.
Time around,
Didn't you see that 25-year extension when you were signing that document? Didn't you see these things before you people took that kind of position?
No, we should take responsibilities. We should take responsibility, because there is no one. And what no matter happened in the legislature, whatever decision, I hear some of my friends sometimes say, I was in part of it, and I did not affix my signature. For me, I consider that politics. It is an institution that if we take decision, you can disagree. Your disagreement will be noted or notified. But when the decision is reached, it has a bearing on the entire organization. It has a bearing, even though you disagree. So I would not sit there and try to distance and say, no, we all should not shy from the responsibility that, yes, we did not see 25 years, or things that we needed to put in, we did not place in there. Maybe at the time of the negotiation, there were different factors. And those that were sitting on the table did not see what you and I are seeing today. Because for me, at the level of my experience in governance, I don't believe in shifting blame so fast, because there are different variables sometimes interplay on the table. So my responsibility now as one of the national leaders that stay in the theater is that my eyes has opened further to now move into strengthening our authority, that we demand more for our people.
Especially at the time we're talking about Putuman and all
Putuman, thank you.
Will you people be...
So we will be
some people say, but nothing will change.
No, something must change. Something must change. Even if it is just one sin, must change. Something will change. And thank God the vice president is the guy, I'm told, championing the Putu Mountain arrangement. Now with this experience that he gathered at B Mountain yesterday, I think where he lying down now listening under the sound of my voice, if there were room for flexibility, he would take his bill along with his team to better negotiate for the Liberian people, so that he can give an image to his government, that will give an image to all of us. So if you set me on the table now, if we have some missteps in the past, I will erect those checkpoints not to get those missteps. So there should be a room for us to negotiate. Let's take the sentiments out. We have been hearing, because the politician was spinning around. You remember even when we were in opposition to come, we were talking about 66 Booker concession. And we came there too. I mean, my past government I was part of, and we came there. We did our part. The current government took in and said, no, mama, they were in opposition. You're not doing well, you're doing well. Now they are here. They are on the theater now. They are on the platform.
What's a precedent about passage of those kinds of major agreements? Do you sometimes stay away as the legislature and legislators and invite express to say, you got to place your eye on this thing and advise us? How do you do it?
That is the procedure. That's the essence of what we call public hearing. Public hearings. When these instruments are presented, the way to do it is firstly presented on the floor, turn over to those committees. Mind you, most of the committees, all of us, will not be expressed in those various areas, but the fact that we are elected, we gave this responsibility to schooling. So if these documents, some of them are expert though, to these committees, those committees are charged with the responsibility to have what we call public hearings, especially the Council MDA, major ones. So in those public hearings, you should invite civil society, you should invite the sector areas, if it is when we're talking about MDA, like mining, lands and mines, those that are responsible, litigants, auto guys, you must invite everyone, even professors at the various universities, must come and give reason why the government should accept passage or why they should not.
Do you really listen to them?
I guess to listen.
I'm asking because if you listen to some of these express, how can the blames shifted at the legislature? One day we can hear you say, no, but this thing here, we included these express. For example, we included the mining department at the University of Liberia. They look at this thing. The Law Reform Commission was involved. Sometimes there are a lot of people who think that thing is more political. You're just calling people. Sometimes one day they stand for 1 hour, they talk, and that's it. You are not sincere with the way you want them to get involved.
For what I know, there are express opinions. Some of the recommendations are taken into consideration, if not all, because there will be different variables. Like I said, there is no concession in my view that is 100% perfect. That's why in concessions they will always tell you to have a portion there for amendment. So that amendment tells you that, gentlemen, let's give this company the opportunity to begin what they say they would do. And attempt not to do these things, maybe in the next 4 or 5 years, we can revisit.
Okay.
During those revisitations, you incite some of the things that you did not do in the past together, so there will always be winners.
We will take calls very shortly. Do you agree with some Liberians who think we should nationalize our mines? Meaning we should move move beyond royalties now. We should be talking about shares.
And that's why sometimes when it comes to this, for us that came from the business background, then you come again, you hear politicians say it's a conflict of interest. For me, I hold that view. Because it's going to help in so many ways. It's going to help develop our people. It's going to help develop manpower. It's going to help in so many ways. There are Liberians that are capable, that got resources. Maybe 10 or 15% can come together and invest. Those investments, in my view, will better the lives of our people, will create competition as compared to some of our foreign partners. I personally.
Will you protect that kind of arrangement?
I will protect
for Liberians.
I
am asking because I'm also hearing that the Putu mine, there was a Liberian company who underwent all the government different procedures and at the verge of getting it, but there are people in the government who think they should turn it around and give it to a foreign company. I'm also told that there is a situation at the LTA. I'm just forgetting the name of the company that is supposed to be owned by Liberia that's supposed to do some job, but they're contemplating on how do we protect Liberians when it comes to these things.
I think it's time that we begin to rethink, Clarence. And we should take sentiments out of it, or politics. It's time that we rethink, not because you don't like Fallah or you dislike Clarence, you disagree with Clarence. But Clarence have a strong network locally and internationally to attract partners. to come and invest in our country to get some of those concessions. You say because it's Fallah today or it's because it's Clarence, I would not give it. Some of our friends that come with those briefcases, sorry to say, they come and get those concessions. They see where they go up there to lobby, to get investment, to borrow resources. Some of our Liberians can do it. Someone can tell you, say, Clarence, someone can say, I put 2 million, Clarence put 1 million. Just what you can afford. We conglomerate and raise $10 million.
I claim it.
You can make it, Clarence. You can make it. We all came from there. So if Fallah will come with 5 cents, Clarence come with 2 cents, it's just that we should be honest to ourselves. Be hardworking, invest with honesty, negotiate with a banking institution, go out there, when we win those concessions, we go and lobby for resources. Those resources must be properly guarded and managed, and you're going to see. You're going to see. So for me, I go for that.
Go for protection of Liberian-owned companies and capacities. Finally, will the staffers at the House of Representatives benefit from your return?
It's hypothetical, yes. I think because it should be. Sometimes what I know about the legislature is that there are 2 ways normally we come back.
David, you're not clear.
No,
where
because
you
the
sit,
reason
where
I sit.
You are too informed
So
to be arguing that you're guessing.
When I speak, it's a policy. That's what I know because I'm a leader of the colleagues and the
That's
police.
what I'm asking.
So the technicians should be given the opportunity because we have authorized them. Now that we have resumed, we can sit with the executive to we the ways and means. In fact, it's today Monday, because we started Thursday, Friday, today is Monday. So the ways and means has been instructed to sit with the authorities from Finance Ministry to give us the actual picture. So you see, when you see me going the way I'm going, is because all of the requisite information that I require to speak to this with authority is not on my lap because I came here very early this morning. So probably before I get back to the meeting, if you call me back, I'll tell you, Clarence, this is it, and I will be very honest to you.
Are you leaving politics anytime soon?
I'm a political person. I'm not. I know I have a stage of retirement, and
You have a stage of retirement. That's why you're planning.
Yeah, because I'm not going to be.
You're reaching that stage anytime soon?
I'm reaching that stage anytime soon because
How soon is soon? 2029, your bus stop?
No, 2020, no, beyond 2029. Beyond 2029. Because my focus now is once we get President Joseph Barker, his second term, he won his second term, he succeeded, he served, then the next generation will be our generation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Meaning
us. Because Joseph
us
Barker.
to do what?
To provide national leadership.
Okay, meaning us, Thomas Fallah, then we'll
Yeah.
start thinking about becoming president and vice president
It's
now.
possible.
That our time now.
It's possible because for
But then
me,
you're not
like
leaving
someone like
anytime
me,
soon, Fallah.
so like someone like me, I've gone through all the ranks and file of being national leader of this country.
The next thing now is what?
Anything can happen.
Is that why you're establishing the movement?
No, it's established for political reasons. Yes, if for anything that is possible in politics. So as long as I'm in politics for the next maybe 1 decade or so.
Because I see the guys around already. I see Peter Beamer. I see Councillor Uriah Gore. I see all the guys. You're building an army.
You got a second phase. You see the leg of our past national leaders. You see, honestly, and that's what any good country leaders do. As you gradually digressing or going down the slope, you bring out emerging leaders. You start to develop them. So you will see that, no disrespect again, in honesty, you will see the leg of the current president. Even if he succeeds and won this 2029, he's not going to come back. So he's out, right? He can do any other thing he want to do, but he's out. You got about 5 major leaders of our country. You got former President Weah, right? So after 2029, I'm not sure he's going to get involved into active politics, which I think he should not even get involved into 2029. I do believe that. My big brother and friend I got so much respect for, Cummings. I don't think he should get involved. If he do get involved, he's also going to be wearing out. Our big brother Uri, these are the major, in my view. So when you take that group of people, the next group of people that come in will be our generation, to include Clarence.
What do you miss to include who?
Clarence.
What do you miss from the CDC? What do you miss from the CDC?
Oh no, honestly, I miss my friends. I miss those memories that we share, and I miss that youthful energy, the exuberance that we have. that love that we want her, that energy to make sure that we achieve our goal, the work we did. And because, Clarence, to date, I must be honest here, I intend not to have that friendship. We only have one disagreement. We no longer align politically. And that is only going to be for 2029. Some of my friends there, we now align. Some of them going to Civil Society, some of them left there. I am now on the Joseph Barker side. So that's the only difference. But we talk every week.
You wish you didn't leave.
Yeah, that was my wish. But today, according to the elites, I've hijacked the party.
Are you still talking to former president? We are your friend,
No, we
your
have
big
not
brother.
talked for long. We haven't talked for long. But there's no beef between the two of us.
There's no beef.
There's no beef, no beef.
Are you
No
talking to
beef.
your man Akaras?
No, we haven't talked for long, to be honest. But there's no beef. I think I just
You need to reach
disagreement.
out to recruit
But
for the
all my
movement.
friends and myself, we stay chill, we have fun, we interact. We interact. The CDC base is still the base.
Okay, let's go to
But
the
the guys
lounge
have
now.
hijacked the movement. They have
You say
hijacked our party.
hijack?
Yes.
But the
And-
same
and-
people stay there.
No,
Who
no, no.
hijack
That's what I said. When you hear me say the way I said it, I was just telling you that I don't think my chief should recontest or think about contestation in the 2029 as President Weah.
You think he should not
He
contest?
should not.
You think the
Because
CDC
they
should put
are-
up a new face?
He should rest. He should have his time with his family. He should have his
That's
time.
a personal
to
decision.
live. That's a personal, but I'm his junior brother. I work with him. I know him very well. And I'm just saying it as an advice. No disrespect. And the reason is simple. Because those that are the hem of power in the CDC today, they are not the people. They're not going to produce. They're not going to give him what they're telling him, Clarence. And if this is an advice, I'm telling my chief, don't waste your energy, don't waste your time. Because I know them. We know one another. And I just feel for the comrades, our junior comrades that we left there, the energy they put into this is not what the guys at the top thinking about. They're not going to deliver. They're not going to bring George Bar anymore. They are not going to bring George Bar. It's going to just be business as usual.
Who would you have
Today,
preferred as a face of the
there's an
CDC?
internal crack because one group of people believe they are the elite.
No, but
So
talk
they
about
wanna
Fala,
go-
you're not in the poor party, man.
Oh,
So
but
you
my
make
man,
it,
this is
but
where I
you're
was
making it look
giving
like there is
birth to.
confusion.
There is. There
But
is.
they're not visible.
Oh, it's not visible. I am telling you.
It's not
You
public.
remember the last time when I said something, most of my friends when they keep that high on me when I used the word Bible and said I'm from under the creek and I know the creatures that are there. I'm sorry if I repeat it today again. I know they will lash at me. I know the creatures. They see where they know me. The way they think, the way I think they know. The way they think, the way they move, I know. So those that hijack the movement, they create problem for our movement, and that's why I formed
Fala,
this
I don't
NIMO.
understand when you say
in.
hijack. Oh.
They hijack. They know what I'm saying.
Oh, they know it.
They know. They know very well.
But
do you
decode,
know the original? I'm not going to decode. Do you know that they succeeded smartly and they're succeeding? They are succeeding. Today, those that can talk about, we call them the ballot sedition that were given breath by the ballot of the CDC. How many of them they are the front of are the hem of power? You know what they did? They clever they got them up because they couldn't look at Mary Farah and bury him down easily. I don't want to call them names.
But with the exception of Moluba Molu who left.
Okay, Jeff,
Everybody is
watch
there.
and see.
Everybody is
The
there.
strength not the scene, the capacity is not the scene, bro. That's why I say I'm not going to decode. But like I said to
I
the
hope you're
people,
not,
the
you are
reality
not
of
on
the
a
truth.
mission to faction the CDC.
No, it's not about
That's how you sign it.
No, they have fashioned the CDC. Those that came and hijacked the movement, the popular movement of our people. And these are people that cannot even stay in West Point.
Why
to
didn't
go canvass
why
the heat.
didn't you remain to redeem?
Not for me to expel me. And that was part of the strategy to have me expelled.
You saw it coming?
I didn't. I did not see it coming. They expelled me. You ask some of them today, the regret is there. But we're all moving on. So that's what I said, the NIMO is here. My friends that know our identity, our truth identity, they will come to Fallah. They will come to the South
You
Fallah
get
is.
recruit with the Akaras and other people.
Okay.
The
I will
CDC
recruit.
men are already calling you.
All right. They
Okay.
are my brothers, they're my friends.
Deputy Speaker Thomas Fallah is our guest this morning on the show. We're now taking the lines. Please, the 0555-026-995. That number is only for people outside Liberia. The other numbers are 0777-700-995 and 0555-995-995 are the numbers to call. CDC National Vice Chair for what? Recruitment? Musa, comment. Musa, let's hear you. Why are you laughing? Hello, let the man know you're knowing. Actually, the man talking.
Yeah, man. Thomas Fallah is a brother. Tifa, we grew up in the revolution. We launched the revolution, played a pivotal role in 2017 election to have President Weah elected. But hey, it's regrettable for each and every one of us. And I can just start by saying first that the expulsion, subsequently, we start with the suspension. For me, I didn't see it right, and everybody in CDC know my position on that.
But you did you speak out against it? Did you make your position clear that this was not right?
On numerous occasions, I said that. Okay. They know it in, how, and out of the zone. But what I'm trying to say to Tifa is no. The movement is not hijacked, and there where my own disappointment will come, because in the CDC, you know, it's difficult to criticize Tifa, man, honestly. But there where my disappointment will come.
It's difficult for you to criticize the man. You got to find something on the man.
It is. I mean, we have a bond. We have a brother who, for many years, but I just want to say, brother, that this is not what we taught the comrades in CDC. We always said the party will be supreme and obey, and obey. CDC is a movement, and every time somebody leaves the CDC, it should serve as a serious issue to us. But I just want to say
you want the man back?
Definitely so.
Okay.
If I know that, but let me conclude by saying, they said on the battlefront, men dropping, men moving. We're moving. There's no misunderstanding. Even if there's misunderstanding, the CDC have been at that forever. So we are there, and we are there for good. And we will also make sure that President Weah is elected come 2029. But do I want?
Okay, thank you. The man, you but anyway, they will try. Hello. Good morning. Just where are you calling from? Your name?
I'm calling from Minneapolis, St. Paul, USA.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Leo Swore.
Okay, Leo, let's hear you, man.
I think to some extent, I'm disappointed in Fallah, to be frank.
Go ahead.
The war that is following Iran today with the American government and Iran, quote unquote, with how you call it, Israel, right? They are senators. They are.
Oh, I'm sorry. The calls keep. Yep. But I know they.
They are contending
exactly.
The war, and nobody's talking about security interests. Look, finance should start destroying Liberia. Not because Joseph Boaga and someone speak their mind in parliament, and you say you're going to use that to silence the person, right? We all know you guys are tough talking guy, he's rude, right? He got a way of doing things, but that is done.
Okay, thank you. The guy is saying it's an attempt to muzzle Yeke. Even in America, some Republicans disagree with Donald Trump. Let me tell Representative Edward Flomo. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Clarence, and let me say good morning to the Deputy Speaker. So there are a few issues I want to raise, particularly the issue about the late swanning. So the Deputy Speaker is fully responsible for all of the submission of the project, which we did. I submitted all of my project through the office of the Deputy Speaker, and also do the same to list. So it is quite unfortunate that I listened to the Deputy Speaker that many of the police never went through the repo procedure, which is not true. In fact, he gathered us in the process, and this is not my first time or second time. I have been there going to my 7 years now. So for him to say that most of the police never went through the regular procedure, whereby he set over the entire process and we submitted all the documents to him, and he submitted it to the list, but up to present, District 13 have refused to get in the money. Whether it is 10,000, 5,000, we feel that is sufficient for the district, and you can do something for the district. And we have been written serious communication inviting the list boss to come in plenary to explain and state the reason why. But up to now, there is no answer.
The next issue is that,
the next issue is that 11 months I haven't gotten my gas. The Deputy Speaker right there, I engaged in serious 11 months.
Almost 1 year now.
Almost 1 year.
What are they telling you? What are the reason?
Let the deputy speaker explain down there to tell the reason why I can't get my gas paid 11
Okay.
months.
Okay.
And I have
Okay.
so many issues.
Chief, marking. Deputy, Jabi marking.
We'll
Okay,
explain
he will
AI.
respond to that. He said he called it man what AR. The man gone. Okay, let me take Frank Gibson from Paris. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence. Frank Gibson, and I call from Paris. Thank you for picking up my line. I'm a little bit disappointed in Thomas Fallah. This guy, I don't think he deserved the honorable Thomas Fallah. He's a disgrace.
Why you say
and
so?
I say that intentionally. Thomas Fallah should know where he comes from. We are pick him up, wash him, clean him up, and make him to who he is today. And this is Thomas Fallah that is disrespecting George Weah. It's unbelievable. For the record, I stand by
when you say he's being disrespectful, what do you mean?
I will come to that issue. Let me just talk about the issue quickly on Sambola. That place belongs to the Guinean, and Liberian government should turn that place over for the Guinean. I've also started giving some information about that to Guinean concerning that place. And I've also given some information about military, how weak we are. We cannot stand the Guinean. In some chat, we start getting information to the Guinean how to.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Thank you. So let's be careful on national security issues. Frank Gibson, let be careful on some of those kinds of things. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Clarence.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Representative Muka Kamara, let's hear you.
Yeah, Clarence, I just want to speak a little bit about the project fund from Lace.
Mm-hmm.
I heard here saying that some of us did not follow the procedures, and because of that, we have been left out. But again, the whole process is through his office. We submit all of the documents to his office, onward submission to Lace.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is an issue, we should be hearing from him and telling us this is what you need to do, or this is what you have not done to be able to get your money.
Okay.
But that was not done. And at the end of the day, we remain like that. So the only thing is, let he and the speaker just agree to commission on list. Let them know what the money is and what the people can be, the people can do, and then receive all of those money and be able to do what they want to do in a various district.
Okay, Muka, thank you. Thank you so much. I will hold you there. Let me go international, because these people, they will deny their sleep in America and other places just to follow us. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence, and let me say good morning to the honorable speaker.
Good morning.
Clarence, I followed the conversation this morning, and let me just make one thing clear. I think I do agree with the deputy speaker. It's about time people who go to the legislature know the reason why they are there. You take oath to protect the land that the taxpayer is using the money to pay you back. And when we have a problem with our country, the same land you take oath to protect and you cannot protect the land, I don't think you need to be there. I listened to somebody saying, even in America, people disagree with Donald Trump. Yes, nobody is saying you cannot disagree with the executive. But no lawmaker or nobody in the United States of America will come to the point where America is in conflict with another country claiming, and that person or that lawmaker sit and say they're backing off that country or they're defending that country.
But when an American congressional man say Donald Trump had no right to fighting war with Iran, is that not saying I take the side with Iran?
No, it's different for saying you have no right fighting war with Iran and somebody claiming that you have right of bombing America. No.
Okay, thank you. Let's go right here and take it. Representative Small Molba on the other line. I will take him shortly. Hello? A.B. Samuka, are you there? Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, Clarence, morning to Deputy Speaker Father.
Good morning.
Clarence, if you notice, have you seen, my name is A.B. Samuka, I call you for Ghana. Have you taken notice of how many callers called this morning and how many people had interest in the issue of concession and in that particular very important thing to the growth and development of this country? None. All of us, and almost all the callers who are calling,
talking about politics. That is what drives the population. And then you have the leaders. You have all leaders of the country is a representation of the population. So almost everything we do will be politics. We have a very serious, burning national issue. Nobody cares about it. Nobody talks about it.
You can talk about it. You can talk about it.
So this morning, I just want to advance that, Clarence, we need to create more money for the country. To create more money, we have to nationalize at least 40% of the mines.
Thank you. Okay, AB, thank you. Thomas Fallah says he agreed with that one. Before I take Shmo Moluba, former representative, now head of the LTA, sends me this message. He said, I just heard you mention my name relative to the B Mountain situation. The visit of my team was never for nothing. You may not have time today, but that visit led to positive actions for the affected communities, just for the records. Okay. Clarence Massaquet sent this one. We'll find time to bring you so that we look at the totality of your visit and what they culminate into at last. Representative Smo Moluba, go ahead.
Good morning, my brother Clarence. I would like to say good morning to our Deputy Speaker.
Good morning, Smo Moluba. Yep.
Yeah, I would like to just throw some emphasis regarding some comment made by some citizens from the United States.
Yeah.
I think it's important to make comment, but we should be careful. I would like to show you some references from the United States. There was a congressman, George Anthony Sator, that was expelled from the House of Congress. They are aware of it, 2023, December. So the issue of expulsion.
No, no, you didn't say why was he expelled.
It was based upon some regular statement made.
You're sounding like you're not sure, Chief.
As a congressman.
What was the statement? Because we got to do comparison now.
You have to go to it. This was regarding a sentence in several moments ago, based on some prisoner case, April 2025. That he made reference to the reason a case from the Congress in America, he was expelled. But the issue here is this. We are the crafter of the law. We make the law. And when we make the law, we have to abide by the law. And to set precedent, not just for the lawmaker, but precedent should be set in our nation. Remember now, as a country, as we make the law, what people monitor us, our children, people that will take over from us, they are monitoring us. If we go the wrong side of the law, like people say that the statement from Yeka is just ordinary thing. It's not ordinary. When you make statement against the government, is different from making statement against the state. When you make statement against the state with your oath, according to Article 31, we took oath to guarantee and preserve the sovereignty of our state.
Okay, Representative Smo Moluba, except that you didn't say what exactly the lawmaker did in America that got expelled. Lands, Mines, and Energy Minister Richard Mantenake Tingba is on this line. Mr. Minister, good morning.
Good morning, Clarence. Good morning, the Republic of Liberia. And I want to say thank you for allowing me this morning on your show to just make a small intervention that I would like to come and speak in specific detail. Some of the information going around the country about $1 billion plus worth of gold. Clarence, I don't know, because this has been my disappointment in the country all of the time. People just act like a computer, garbage in, garbage out. Whatsoever information that is collected, nobody is interested in processing it. What led to this? And then that's the same issue with this gold issue. They are only telling you this is a quantity, this is a worth of gold that lives in Liberia. And you think it's a profit that going into somebody's pocket? That's not true. That's not profit they're talking about. They're not telling you this is the money that they're taking, this is a worth of gold. Have you taken into consideration overhead costs? Have you taken into consideration what goes to government? And if you calculate the entire overhead, I got the entire statistic.
Mr. Minister, if you are available, I'm extending you an invitation to come Wednesday 9 to 10. If you are available, I can keep reminding you and see your schedule.
I will be available, Clarence.
All right,
Let me
Minister.
speak to the Liberian people.
Thank you.
Let
Thank
them
you.
know that when we get information, we should process it.
I will give you
Not
that
take it just
opportunity.
like that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Minister Matanake Tingba will be here Wednesday, 9 o'clock. The final call, let me take Representative Musa Belede because the Deputy Speaker will have a lot to respond to. Representative Musa Belede, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
But
And,
why Musa called and you laughing, Deputy Speaker? Why you laughing? The man just called and you start laughing.
Musa, my man.
Thank you. The man know why you laughing more. Thank you, Clara, and good morning to the Honorable Deputy Speaker. I think, I mean, in my opinion, is that we should not, make the House so subjectable to the executive in the way that we're trying to do. And secondly, I think that Yege is being persecuted for his stance against the government. But let's come for once on the issue. And this is where I want to look at. If Yeke is wrong, then we have a bigger problem. And I hope that we all look at that. If what Yeke said that the land that Guinea is occupying belongs to Guinea, if that is the wrong statement, then what? That means our government has abdicated then, because that land that Yeke said for the Guinea government, the Guinea government has taken it from us, and we have done nothing about that. So to say that Yeke's statement is right is a bigger a problem. That means the entire government has abdicated their responsibility to defend and protect the land of Liberia. Now we need to speak to that. Because if you say, oh, the statement Yeke, okay, what is the government position on the statement Yeke made? If the government is saying that what Yeke is saying is land, so the land for us, because if that's what they're saying, and if that is true, then why have they allowed Guinea to occupy?
Why you say, Musa? Why you say who the land belongs to?
No, you're not asking that man. I don't want asking the question, Deputy Speaker. Musa, go ahead. You gotta protect the man.
So if the statement that Yeke made is correct, then that means let the government tell us what is the government position on the statement Yeke made. Is Yeke lying? If Yeke is lying that the land belongs to Guinea, then why is Guinea occupying
the Deputy Speaker is very clear that Yeke will not go free.
That play for him. He didn't Foya over there. Not Foya there.
Okay,
he must bring it for the non people.
Musa,
and you must go through the due process.
Musa, you attack again. Don't call me when I get on the video.
Okay, Musa. Deputy Speaker, let's come to you. The concerns are many. At this point, we'll not take calls because I want you to respond. Yeah.
Let me start with my brother Musa. He and I got we got some similarity. We normally have joke, we have fun. But Musa, you think we are national leaders, so we have to be a little careful when we speak on this national issue for
Mr. Deputy Speaker, out of courtesy, let me take the Minister of Local Government, Francis Newmanley, and I say out of courtesy because I will always do the time without number. Minister of Local Government, Minister, let's hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Jackson, and good morning to the Honorable Deputy Speaker in studio.
Good morning, Minister.
Look, Jackson, I'm not going to deliberate on anything here. I call to say enough is enough. Enough is enough.
You say that to me, what?
The legislature at the level of that chamber must take a decisive action to curtail the level of disgrace, the level of ridicule. That chamber has to be protected. It has to be rescued by the action they take now. Enough is enough. That's what I can say.
Minister, before you go, when you were there, at some point you spoke tough against President George Weah. Whether it was here on this radio or elsewhere, you spoke tough. You made some serious discussion and threats, and you said a lot. Nobody went after you.
Yes, they did go after me. But because they didn't have any legal basis to pursue me further, that's why they curtailed whatever pursuit they had against me. Whenever we spoke in that chamber, we spoke under the protection of the law.
We spoke in accordance with provisions of the Constitution. So we couldn't be penalized.
Do you want Yeke suspended or expelled?
Enough is enough. The House of Representatives must make a decision.
All right, Mr. Minister of Local Government, thank you so much. Yeah, Representative Deputy Speaker Fallah, let's hear you.
Okay, you see, Clarence, and to the public, I listen to the minister. Thank you for the info. Enough is enough. The Constitution normally hear people freedom of speech, freedom of expression. But the way the Constitution is formulated, it always gives you an opening and a closing. They will tell you you have your freedom of expression, you can say whatever you want to say, but in closing, they will tell you you must take responsibilities thereof. So it gives you a flexibility and also remind you that you cannot cross this bound or line. All right? Standing in the theater, we are protected. You can make comments, you can say things. But there must be responsible comments that you made. You don't just make sweeping comments that will endanger the lives of your citizens and the country. And then you say it's just the normal politics. No, it's not the normal politics. The normal politics I know of as a representative. They say 3 cardinal responsibility. You represent your people, but you must know what to say, where to go, and how to express your representation. Your oversight, you must evoke your oversight in the most decorous and responsible manner. They say you must go around insulting people, challenging people, denigrating people.
David, let me take Foley family. Foley, 1 minute. And this is out of courtesy. I'm not going to take any further call. Yeah, let's hear you, Representative family.
Yes, let me commend the Deputy Speaker who have discussed the issues on the basis of experience. I feel strongly as a national leader, it is time for us to look at all of the issues that we've been looking at. Because sometimes the legislature has not been given that praises that it deserves. The executive would take years negotiating concessions. But when the legislature receive those concessions, they will not be given more than 2 weeks, 3 weeks. More often, there are experts that are brought for public hearings. Those experts are professionals in the sector, and they come and provide their opinion on these matters. They tell you, say, it might not be 100% in the context of the concessions, but it is the way forward to help promote the economy of the country.
Can we start aiming for the 100%? Can we start aiming now for 100%?
We can start
they must tell all
100%. The law. Let me tell you what the legislature has done. In recent times, the leadership of the House of Representatives has set up a team of lawmakers, including experts in the sector, to see how they can revise the mining law. We need to change the mining law. The mining law is very archaic. As far back as 2000, that law been around. That law does not fit current reality. We need to look at the law. It's not an individual you're looking at the law that set the standard for transactions. And as such, we are moving in that direction to be able to set the standard that help promote investment and create more opportunity for Liberians. And we're going to go in that direction and support the leadership in enforcing some of the issues.
Okay, for it, thank you. Fallah, let's hear you.
Yeah, so I was in flight. We are talking about the constitutional provision, Article 15.
And the responsibility
thereof. You know, we are national leaders. I normally tell people you have a responsibility to disagree with government, especially from the opposition perspective. The role of the opposition is very clear. The opposition is never going to see positive things about the ruling government or the ruling party because they are government in waiting. So even if you can build a skyscraper here, the guy will find a way to tell you that this skyscraper is not situated because he or she want to come there. We understand. But that disagreement, my point about disagreement with them, it should be maturely channeled. Because we have a society, we have our children, we have a generation coming after us. But today, the culture of politics in our country has to change. The culture of insult, denigrating national leaders, disrespecting people, accusing people falsely because you want to give relevance, you want to get political relevance at the expense of your friends. You tap on the gullibility of the society and the community because the people want to hear, especially from the opposition community. And that's why my friend Yeke benefiting from. The last time when they just talked about what he did, it was the first time for me to see my colleague running into his district with, I think, 400 bags of cement. Prior to his trip, he went to Buchanan. It was the first time for me to see such donation. But all he does is to attack, insult, disagree. Then people cheer him. On the same platform, he went on the platform. Can you imagine? Liberian people, you need to listen to this. How can a sitting representative come on national radio, on a national platform, beat his chest, boast, someone will say it's a personal thing, it's private, boast of having investment in foreign jurisdiction, boast of talking about he owns property in Lebanon, he boasts of having property in the UK, he boasts of having property in Dubai. Do you know what you're talking about? Fallah and few of the colleagues that say, okay, we have worked for 20 plus years, we invest our money in our country. Because of politics, you spin it around and says, I mean, it's wrong to do. But someone that take taxpayers' money, Liberian people taxes pay all of us. He take those money and go buy property in Dubai.
But is there any law that prevents it, especially when he's not accused of legal, stealing money?
And legality is there. No, we're not saying he stole money. But we'll tell you other experiences, we'll tell you that these are not, even assume you're doing them. It's not something in my view that you will come and beat your chest on. It's a challenge and disrespect to the people that you lead, in my opinion. Because we pay you our taxpayers' money, right? You went to the UK and bought a property, you paying tax in that jurisdiction. And the tax you pay, paying those MPs. You getting my point I'm making? The taxes you pay in UK, because those jurisdictions don't joke with tax. So you buy property in Dubai, even where you're Ghana, so you own all the property you own in Ghana, you go and pay taxes. No tax you pay, it is the tax the people use to pay the MPs, the members of parliament in Ghana. But you come to Liberia, our poor people pay you. Then you collect that money, you pack it, you go pay buy property in Ghana. Then you come here and brag about it. But because of politics, no one see that to be anything. But Clarence, I challenge you, if you take money here now, your honest pay you work for, you go pay one school in one community, someone say, why Clarence, where you got the money from? And why Clarence this? But Clarence is investing in the community. Clarence is employing the community, unlike a man that take resources, even if you say a gate man in Ghana, or Dubai, or hostess to take care of a house, or whatever you call it, you will pay. But when you pay that person in Monrovia, it's better because it's going to impact the community as well. We need to stop that. You can always use these tactics. If you insulted former President Weah yesterday, that brought you to permanence and made you re-elected, you will not keep insulting presidents and national leaders, accusing people without doing nothing in your district.
Are you not prejudicing
I'm not prejudicing. That's what he's doing. He's not doing nothing.
The community's investigation. Are you not prejudicing?
No, my man, I'm just saying, and they can go on radio too, they challenge people. They go on radio and say, I stand by my word, I do that. Who are you? Who are you? Because you just expressing yourself, so I have to just express my
Is there any other thing there, Deputy Speaker, you want to comment on?
No, because today is my day.
Because all your energy, we got Musa, 5 minutes.
Musa, the best thing you can do as my friend, you know, is to always advise positively. Whenever things are happening in the place, Musa is one of the guys with all respect. I will call him Musa. You, from the opposition perspective, you advise. Tell him, man, you see what this guy do? You see how the guy is protecting? You see how the colleague? If you fail to do that, Musa, there are penalties. And I know the discipline you from Musa, you have to play your role. I understand. Keep playing your role. But there are penalties under our rules. People must be suspended. They must be accountable. They should be held on to what they say. If they misbehave, they must be penalized for the action. I enjoyed a fellow that said, A.B. Semuka, quickly. You see, our country now has been engulfed with so much politics.
Because that's how you want it.
Yeah, yes, so we need to start to change it. If that's what we want, now we need to begin to change it. That's my point of discussion here, Clarence. What has happened yesterday, we must begin to change it today going forward. The guy said to you, you had a good discussion for almost 30 minutes on your radio talking about B Mountain, the extraction of our mineral resources. Nobody cared to call. But you open the line on politics, everybody on politics. Nobody want to do business. Our young people now, they don't want to go because we came up from the background even selling without market.
Because you politicians are making politics lucrative and
so we have to change
attractive.
It. That's why I'm saying we must change it. My brother Musa, I know time is fast spent. These are my friends. These are my colleagues. We slept in the mud. We slept in the slum.
men say you must go
my
back
men
home.
and my men then.
They say you
And
must
they
go
know
back
very
home.
well our party, the CDC, is being hijacked. Musa, the only thing I can say to you, come, brother, we are friends.
Can't where?
Come to me.
The
I'm
man
a
telling
friend.
you to go back home. They say,
Oh, no. It's part of negotiation. My brother will negotiate with me, and I have the right to negotiate with him. We have similar understanding. We have appreciation of one another. We came from the same school of thought. They know, those colleagues that are listening, we know one another. I told you, we talk every day, every week. The only thing we don't align politically for now, moving to 2029, that's the only difference. But I know those guys that hijacked that movement, the people popular movement, they're not going anywhere. They offer business. They offer business. Someone can tell me you bidding party headquarters. That party headquarters, you want me to discuss it? It doesn't represent the CDC that we were giving birth to. That party headquarters is a corporate place in the future. That place will be a law firm in the future.
Why you think so?
I know.
Private citizens contributing cement.
I know.
Be a
Watch
law
and
firm.
see. I'm telling
Who
you,
will
put
make
me
a
on
law
record.
firm?
Put me on record. The CDC.
You on record?
The CDC is an epic center of hope. The CDC that we're giving birth to, where the mothers will leave their home when there's no hope. They must have place that will give them hope. Will get them accommodation. Some of our widows, before they could demolish that place, they were transformed into what mothers praying mothers are not there because they can no longer go back home. They can know they have lost hope. They were there. Some of our young kids, their parents left. They cannot go anywhere. They can't go back home in the villages. They were hosted in that place.
That's why you should not have left.
So you see what it did now? They allowed that place to slip off their hand because they want to push away our young generation, our folks, our junior comrades, our friends, our parents in the telling you, go home. You leave this place. Because the new party headquarters doesn't represent our people, the CDC. And my friends know what I'm talking about.
You say
and that's why I'm building that headquarters. That's why it's going to be a law firm. Mark it, write it down. That place is going to be a corporate area. But go look at the party, the place they constructed.
Is it because of the structure?
The structure, the space, everything is not the CDC that I know.
Representative Thomas Fallah, thank you
it's
so
not
much
the
for coming.
CDC that I know.
We've been having two long hours here.
Maybe that place,
I like to say any special message for the Foya district people. But the CDC thing, I do.
No, I'm passionate
if
about
I
it
knew
because
we have taken a whole hour on this thing, yo.
They hijacked the
maybe
people.
We need to call you back here.
Most of them, they don't even want to see George be re-elected. They're pretending. They're pretending. All they want to do, maybe some of them will be on the elective position for representative and senatorial position. Trust me, second, they will not even go run campaign. They did not do it when we're at the helm of power. When we have all of the resources, the energies, the logistics, they could not win. Make George to win.
Okay, Father.
Now tomorrow may he win.
We gotta let you go.
When they're fermenting the party is divided. They don't get respect for anyone. Now all my friends will come to NIMO. All my friends will come to NIMO. I will host them.
David will let you go now, please. You gotta go.
Foya, thank you so much. The people of Liberia, thank you so much. It's good to be on your platforms, Clarence. I enjoy being with you, bro.
Thank you. Deputy Speaker Thomas Fallah has been here 2 solid hours. My name is Clarence. Tomorrow morning we'll be here. Maxwell Gracefield will be here 9 o'clock. At 8 o'clock we'll talk about a book launch. That's the shape of the show. Wednesday 9 o'clock, the Minister of Mines and Energy, Richard Mantanaki Tingba, has agreed to join us. Thanks to Blessing Nimle, man. Thanks to Abraham Khan and the guy who always there. Thanks to all of you for listening. My name is Piso. We are out of here. Bye-bye. Tomorrow morning, I'll be here by the grace of God.
Keep on trying.